Welcome back to the Blue Collar Trade Show, where real people share real stories about building, fixing, leading, and living with purpose. I'm Troy, and I'm here with the crew, Chad, Jim, Marissa. Each week we dig into lessons, have laughs, and hard-won wisdom from the folks who keep America running. Let's get into it. Well, hello. We have Sondra Brown on the call today. Welcome to the Blue Collar Trade Show, Sondra. Thank you for joining us. And we're very excited to talk to you about corn palaces and welding and ceiling fans and all kinds of stuff. Where do you want to start? Underwear on the floor.
Underwear. We can start there.
Yeah. It's an interesting spin. We've never started with underwear. So, Sondra, you take it from here.
That's
Just kidding.
No.
All right.
Well, no.
No, thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Sondra.
Nothing really interesting. I just turned 41. I've been in and out of steel mills and refineries and things like that for about a little more than 20 years now. Not smart enough for college, so I had to figure something else out. And lucky for me, a long time ago, one of my best friends was a boilermaker. And I saw the money everybody was making and decided I wanted some of that. So went out and made some money. But traveling isn't for everybody, and I ended up turning wrenches and welding at a steel mill, which was probably the best decision I ever made.
Really?
Excellent.
I mean, not really like, wow, I can't believe it. It's really, that's an interesting story, right? So, I mean, all right, so let's back up a second. And again, Sondra, if you haven't been watching our shows, I assume you have probably multiple times, but
Oh, many times.
we're not
sure.
That's wrong. We try to keep it loose in conversation. But I got to zero in on something that you said. You said I wasn't smart enough for college. Now that I don't believe just by looking at you. But did you even try to go to college?
I barely made it through high school. I'm from a tiny town in South Carolina. I grew up in the deep, horrible South, and I barely graduated.
Okay.
School is
So you
not
didn't
for
want to
me.
go to college. That was it. There's a big
no.
difference. Yeah. There's a big
I don't think I could have made it intellectually, uh, financially, any of that.
Yeah.
But thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, no, and not that it's, and that's kind of the point of the show and what we talk about is that college is good, obviously, for lots of people, but it's not for everybody, right? And so you have a unique story. So you've been in the skilled trades, and not just skilled trades, because Chad's in the skilled trades, but his hands are probably softer than yours, based on what I just heard. But you've been a badass in the skilled trades. So you're 19, 20 years old, and you're like, hey, I want to go out and work in the mines and the factories.
I want to be a boilermaker, man.
Boilermaker. I bet you most people, I would bet 9 out of 10 people on the planet have no idea what a boilermaker is.
They asked me if I went to Purdue.
Yeah. If you're from Purdue.
That's the only thing. There you go.
I'll bet you most college kids in Purdue don't know what a boilermaker is.
There's not a lot of people, and even people that have heard of Boilermakers, it's really it's a huge craft. I'm not in it anymore, but it's a all-encompassing vessel welding, helpers, pipe welding, like steel mills and everything are all pre-divided into this section is for Boilermakers, this section is for pipe fitters, this section is for sprinkler fitters, so we were the big heavy vessel welders. And they would cut open a vessel. We would make repairs, check the density of the metal, go in and fill it up, seal the vessel back up, or weld pipe, go into boilers and stuff like that. It's not a really heard of trade, and it's kind of disappearing. So
the vessels you're talking about are trains, or because that's kind of where it came from, was steam engines, wasn't it? Wasn't that where the term came from, or am I wrong?
Yeah, that's part of it. High pressure vessels can mean anything from tar to chlorine, steam, whatever you want to pressurize and have a thick enough wall to contain it, we repair, or they now repair.
Okay.
But around here, a lot of the refineries have caustic metals, or
Because
the byproduct
the
of
old
making
metals, the
oil is
lead
crazy.
but a lot of the old boilers in that were they had lead based, weren't they? Yeah,
Yeah, and I've had to lead in and lead out to get on a job where they take your blood and they see how much lead you have in your
right.
blood, and then they test you periodically through the job, and once you hit your yearly maximum, you get laid off.
You're out. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
wow.
That's
The
interesting.
Roman Empire would still exist if they did that. Did you know that? That's how they all
Really?
died. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Well, it's not probably not all of them, but um, you go wacky. You lose your mind if you have too much lead in your system.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hexavalent
Yeah,
chromium when you're
and
welding,
Sonia
all
or
that stuff,
Sondra,
it gets
yeah, if you listen to Chad for a few minutes, you'll notice he had a lot of lead in his youth.
we both did. It's
It
okay.
was paint chips. I ate paint chips as a kid.
Yeah.
There's
So
worse
Well,
what
stuff.
part of the deep?
my experience with the Boilermakers, I was in the military for 20 years, and on our Navy ships, I was on a Navy ship that was all boilers. Before they went to gas turbines, everything was boilers on the ship, and to me, it was the worst job in the Navy. But those that were the Boilermakers on the ship thought it was the best job in the Navy. They're so proud of what they did because, yeah, nobody else wanted to do it. But so kudos.
All right.
Thank
So I have a
you.
question. So is it called turbine or turbine, Marissa?
Turbine.
Chad?
It all
Yeah.
depends on where you're from. We call it a turbine.
Turbine.
That's it. Where
Okay.
you're
Turbine.
from.
Yeah.
Isn't that
It's
what
a
they
turban.
call the
It's like
hats
it's
they
wrapped
wear in the
around your
Middle
head.
East?
A turban.
Yeah.
We call that
All
a
right.
turbine.
We'll leave that one alone. All right.
Wait,
Okay.
Sondra,
So
I have a question.
yes.
So, like early, I guess, so thinking back early into your career, like when you were just starting, probably, was there like a moment or like year one, year two, or something where like, okay, like I made the right decision, I belong here, like I'm happy I did this?
Absolutely not. No.
No.
No. Every day was a new horrifying hellscape of
Oh
things
boy.
that go wrong. You get laid off for pissing off your foreman. You could be laid off at a moment's notice. Like if someone in the mill that you're working at doesn't like the way you look at them, you go and pick up your paycheck on your way out of the mill.
Really?
If you bust a weld, if you test bad, they come in an X-ray your weld, you're gone. It was unstable. Yeah,
Oh,
we made a lot of money, and they gave me an annuity, which was free money. But I only worked 6, 7 months out of the year, and only that much because I was traveling. So every day I questioned, like, I would rather work at Costco, and then I get my paycheck, and I go and re-up my certs and pay my dues, and then you get on a pretty good job, and then it's good, and then you go into a 30-foot pit, you're laying in hydraulic fluid trying not to catch your hair on fire. So it was a give and take, and I'm glad I am where I am now. I'm so grateful because it's not nearly as bad as it was, but
hmm
it was a struggle to stay in there. I swear to God, you're gonna
Well,
struggle.
it sounds like
Hey,
you wouldn't do it all over again. Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know. If I had the chance, I probably would. That
okay. So
the money
let's
is so
build.
lucrative.
Let's
Well,
build on this. So I like to think about that day when you're because I'm envisioning, right? So I'm from a small town too, not in the deep south, but in the deep north. And very much the same for different reasons, right? But um I imagine sitting at the bar, smoking cigarettes, having beers, and my buddy says, "Hey, I just got this job welding stuff and they need somebody. You want to come with me tomorrow?" And we're like, "Sure." Right? Is that kind of how it went, or what was your story?
Um, well, growing up, we had Savannah River Site, which was where they made radioactive bomb tips, or you could work at a nuclear disposal facility. And
Okay.
there were deaths, there were horrifying stories coming out of both of those
Those are the
places.
two options?
That was it. Or McDonald's. We didn't have a Walmart. We had one flashy red light in front of the church. That is
Yeah.
100% what we did for fun, is go to the flashy red light and look at the so there wasn't a lot to do. So So you had
This
to
is
pick.
in the United States. You sound like you're talking about Iran or
Hey, go to
something.
the light.
Oh, brother, it's the deep, deep South. Like,
Yeah.
So
like little
where-
I gotta
nippy,
know
like deep.
Where exactly is
Sondra,
that?
I gotta know where in South Carolina because I live in South Carolina. So I have to know where this
Oh,
was because I'm going there this weekend.
well,
Jim lives in a hotel in South Carolina, so
Yeah.
it's
I'll
Oh.
meet you there at the red light, Jim.
yeah, follow the flashing little blinky red light, man. It'll take you right
No,
there.
where at? Where were you?
Well, a little tiny town called Barnwell. If you know where Augusta, Georgia is, if you drive straight
Yeah,
north
okay.
about 40 minutes, you'll get there.
So you're by
Just south
Aiken,
of Columbia.
right?
Yes, sir.
Isn't
I
that-
think they got a
Okay,
Walmart
yeah.
now.
Oh, Columbia.
Okay, very good.
that's the mark of success when you land a Walmart in a
There you
in a
go.
We were
McDonald's.
so excited.
Yeah.
They had a Sonic and a Walmart. They had a movie store. Like we were living shitting in hot cotton at that point. But those were your choices. So my very good friend growing up, she got in and she was one of the best welders I've ever seen in my life. In 20 years, she was incredible. And she was like, oh, it's really easy. And I make all this money and I'm playing hide and seek for $2,000 a week. And you should come and join me and we can travel together and save money. And I was like, well, if it's easy and I'm
Hide and
getting paid
seek.
all this money, all right. So of
Weld
course
something and
I
run.
went and I couldn't weld to save my life. I didn't know which end was up. I was scared. I was starving. I was trying to live by myself. And she was like, just do it. It's easy. Well, bitch, I don't know what that means. Like she was a natural. She was automatically perfect at it. So it took me, I was 17 and I started welding, and it took me about 8 months to figure out how to pass a weld test so that I could actually
easy.
get hired.
Yeah.
And that was every day begging baby Jesus to save me.
Not easy.
You know.
Where do you go practice to weld? Where do you
Yeah.
practice welding? You just weld stuff, just run and is that the run and hide? Weld and run because you're at in somebody's garage?
Actually, I had to rent a booth. It's even worse. I had to rent a booth at the Boilermaker Hall. So I took all my little pennies and scraped them together and lived in my car for a little while and rented welding space at this union hall. And they said, yeah, you can rent it for cheap because you're going to join. And I wanted to be an apprentice. So they rented it to me really cheap. And I just went in there and I burned hundreds and hundreds of pounds of rod just trying to figure out how to make this money and how to get the hell out of that town. So luckily, I eventually made
You
it.
did it.
Yeah,
You
you
did it.
did.
That's
It sounds
exciting.
like you did it very, very well too. I mean, just going over, what I know about you, but then now talking with you and your demeanor, you could tell you're a badass. So what I want to know is,
I
were
play
you
one on
badass?
TV.
Were you
Flex,
badass
Sondra.
before you got in there, or did the job turn you into a badass because you just had to
I
be
really
like
like that question. I was a timid little narcissistic asshole when I got into that trade union, and they very quickly put you in your place. And I was like, oh, I passed a weld test. And they said, well, here's a shovel and make yourself useful. It was that kind of, and they were like, I was like, oh, I can weld anything from the crack of dawn to a broken heart. And they said, you can't do shit.
Those are the
You're
bumper
lucky
stickers
you're
they give
getting
you when you
paid,
graduate.
So you gotta get tough quick, and you gotta learn that you're the biggest guy in the room until the bigger guy shows up, and there was always bigger guys, better guys. It's crazy how much I learned just watching and paying attention and trying to keep my mouth shut,
Yeah.
but you kind of gotta have that mentality of you're not a woman, you're not feminine. You got to do a job that these men have been doing if you want to get paid the same amount of money that they're getting paid, and you can't
Uh,
get run over.
How
What's the-
how many employees were there total? Just
On
500?
a job.
No,
At the
like,
union, you
how many
mean?
people did you work with daily most of the time in your
Oh, I
career?
work with about maybe 10 or 15 people right now, millwrights.
And so how many other girls were in this industry that you've come across?
That's now though, but back then. So
Right.
when you got into
when you
welding
started.
Oh.
at the union hall, how many What was the guy to girl ratio? How many people were you talking about?
Probably 1,000 to 1. I
1,000 to 1.
physically
Okay.
met 4 women in my time as a boilermaker,
Yeah.
and they were studs. They were absolutely magnificent. They could weld. They could swing a sledgehammer for 20 hours. I was absolutely an infant compared to these women. They were stellar.
Yeah.
And I wasn't on jobs too long with them, but I praised them for their strength, and they kept it together, and they deserved every penny they got.
Yeah.
How
Well,
much? How much?
Nice.
How much can you bench press?
Nothing. I'm like SpongeBob with them 2 bears stuck on the end of a stick. No.
how would
All
you
right.
describe how you look to a blind person? SpongeBob.
SpongeBob,
Yeah.
I got a lazy eye. I got, no muscles. I'm
And
just here
lead
to
foot,
sit on a
and a little,
bucket and
and a little
weld
lead, and a little lead in my veins. Yep, just a
Yeah,
little.
a
a
lot.
little bit of
Too much.
lead.
Not too much.
Yeah,
So
that's
so
pretty
then
awesome.
you were drawn to it for the money. Okay, but that's not enough, right? That's not enough to keep you going. And you just said you'd do it all over again if you had to. And other women in your town had to know that there was a great revenue opportunity there. I wonder why it is that,
With
only
stronger arms, maybe
yeah,
even. Yeah.
Much
that certainly
stronger.
sounds. What do you
Well,
think it is? Intimidating or what?
it is, and it's really hard work. You see the men, your dad might have been a boilermaker, or your uncle was a boilermaker, your grandpa, and you see them come home bent over from pain. Their
Mhm.
skin is horrible. They complain about. I worked a month of 7/16s with no day off. So if like I took a day off, they were going to lay me off. So it was like 26 straight days of working 16 hours a day. And it almost physically killed me.
Yeah.
That, and it's so bad for your hair, so bad for your skin, bad for women. Not saying anything bad about women, but we're not built to do that. We're not built for strenuous activity like that. And my joints are failing me. I'm 41 and my knees are falling apart. My elbows are falling apart. My back is bunk. Um, but it's also, you have to work around a lot of men, and a
Yeah.
lot of them are not cool. They are not cool at all.
I can only
And you get
imagine.
burnt. Yeah.
Yeah, how about corneal flash burn? How many times have you had that?
I had to go to the hospital 4 separate times because my eyes swelled shut, and they
Yeah.
had to. I had this eye drilled one time
Ooh,
because I had a piece of metal stuck in it, and they had to take a little drill bit
yeah.
and drill it out.
I
Oh
feel
my
So
your
it's
pain.
God.
not a good time. You could go if you were pretty and you had a good demeanor. I didn't. I was an asshole. But if you had a good demeanor, you could go make incredible money being a hostess or a waitress or, things like that. And you didn't have to worry about, you know, uh, burning your skin so bad you're going to have a scar until you die, or breathing in carcinogens and falling off of stuff. I've broken half the bones in my body, hundreds of stitches. So
Well, I
I
have to
learned a lot, and
imagine.
I have a skill that I can
No,
carry
no.
anywhere. I could probably, if I had to, get another job, you know,
Yeah.
not easily, but maybe more easily than some.
Yeah.
And that the security also attracted me to it because I have a skill.
It's in demand.
You brought up you could have been, if you were pretty, you could have been a hostess. You could have done this or that. I don't think that you would have had the confidence in yourself now, or the attitude you have now, if you had been a hostess, because you went out and did something that women don't do normally. And you kind of created your own path, and you become this incredible woman because of the choices you made. So what would you say to other young women about that?
He says that in front. Never. I can't even go there.
I know,
All right.
He
never
says that to all
forget
girls.
it.
I know it already. Look at him.
Oh,
No,
really?
he's
I would be so
in
scared.
front of
Like,
his
I'd be so
bed.
intimidated.
No,
Yeah,
seriously.
wow. It is.
I mean,
I have talked to young women, like friends of mine that have daughters, that they don't seem to fit in anywhere, or they don't really have an interest in something specific. Like they're not math or reading inclined, and they're just kind of like hovering, working at Menards for the discount, which is cool. Um, and I
I
tell
love
them like, hey,
Menards.
it's really hard work and
Menards is
you're going to
better
get
than Home
trash
Depot.
talked
No,
every
yeah.
day and you're going to get burnt. Your skin is going to look like an ashtray. You're going to smell bad, but you're going to have security for you and your family. My son, thank God, does not have to worry about anything. He's well taken care of. I have a home and cars and all the things that I never thought I would ever have growing up in a population of 5,000 blinky light town that I did. I never thought I would own a home. And it's become a reality. So if you're looking to the future and I would say give it a try. If you don't like it, what did you lose? Absolutely nothing.
Hard
Right.
work pays off. Sure.
And you have
Well,
really good benefits. I don't
yeah.
know if you know, but with your guys' benefits, like you can get a free, you get like a massage, back massage, I think 2 a month. You have to check
Oh
it out.
no, I don't. I don't
Yeah,
like
go you
people.
should try
No.
it.
I don't like
It's
people
okay, just say
touching.
I
don't
don't
talk to
like
me. Just
people.
take me.
I'm with you.
But the best thing about my job now is that I don't pay for my insurance. It's all paid for. I'm part of a union. So the benefits, in my opinion, because I'm not so worried about getting burnt. I have a high pain tolerance. If I die in a fork truck accident at 50, my son's paid for. Everything's fine, So that
She says fork truck
having a
instead
good
of a bus,
savings account is
right? Yeah.
more important.
Yeah.
Well,
She said, "What a
coming
fork
from it,
truck."
Fork truck. Yeah.
Yeah, you
No
never
one's
know.
ever
I
said,
tipped
but
over a
don't get
whole
in a
bunch of
fork truck
shit.
accident. Yeah.
yeah.
Fork truck
Well,
fire, excavator. I mean, anything could happen. I work at a furnace. I
Yeah.
might just chuck my ass in there.
well,
If I die, that's how I want to go with in a
I
really bad excavator accident. That sounds
Hey, why not?
yeah.
I
What would you
I
say
don't know how
that
many I don't know how many of our female listeners are really going to go and get to be a welder now because of this, but because it sounds like it's a hellish, torturous nightmare having fire shooting
I
all
don't think
around.
she's gonna get the PR job, but she's a hell of a one.
Yeah,
But
the union's not going to
yeah,
hire her to go talk at schools.
They better not be watching this. I'm screwed.
Oh
So
no,
you
it's
switched from the Boilermakers to the millwrights. How long ago did you switch?
About 13 years ago, I had to quit traveling. Well, I quit welding when I was pregnant because you can't do all that when you're pregnant. And then I had him and it wasn't really I wasn't able to travel anymore. And
Hmm.
if you stay local with your Boilermaker union, you may not work enough. So I went and did welding for a small shop and I was their foreman. And so 13 years ago, actually this month, I hired into the mill. But I wanna make a note that the trade-off of the hellscape I was talking about for my security and being able to live the life and give my son the life that I want him to have, no, um, the trade is it's worth it. It really is. And
Nice.
women have a much different perspective on things than men. So even though we might be a little bit slower or not as strong, or, I'm not as good a welder as some of the men I work with, but I see things differently. I can approach a problem in a different way instead of beating the shit out of it with a hammer. I'm like, well, maybe let's take five and, look at it from something else. So women are invaluable in the trades when it comes to that kind of thing because our brains work totally different. Carry this box for me and I'll help you work on a problem. And it's a give and take. But the security of my life, no question.
yeah.
I agree with you. So how can we get more women into the trades? Maybe not welding, but like
Not just
there's
welding.
other trades that you don't have to
Right.
worry about
Yeah.
catching your hair on fire. Uh, Air conditioning. I've had some great
Get your
female
eyes drilled
technicians
out.
work for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, how would we, what is it that we can do? What message can you share to anybody listening, a female that wants to get into the trades, maybe not welding, but something, air conditioning,
Um,
electrician, plumbers?
Electrician is wonderful. And even welding, if I wanted to take a little bit of a pay cut, I could go to a place called Urshel Labs where they do TIG welding, and it's all inside. It's all food
Yeah.
grade metal that they're working on. It's air conditioned, it's clean, it's beautiful, and you get paid really well. I prefer being outside year round. It's just better. But there's so many different options.
Yeah.
Car mechanics, again, women seeing problems that might be different, but we have a lot of female electricians, and they're all badass. I'm terrified of those women. They're perfectly amazing and nice, and I don't know how they do what they do. They're incredible. You guys should get an electrician on here for real from there. But
Yeah.
We
I
should.
think maybe women think that they can't do these jobs because there's so few of us, which is unfortunate because some of us can.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Well,
I know they can definitely be electricians
it can be
for
anything
sure.
you
Dad
want.
loves electrician.
What would you say is if you could, all right, so two-part question. What's the hardest thing to weld, regardless of your skill set, but just if you got 10 welders in a room and they said, would they all agree to, is it a spaceship? Is it a boilermaker or what is it?
The hardest material to weld
Yeah.
or
Yeah. If you're like, yeah,
aluminum.
just aluminum in general. Yeah.
Aluminum and pig iron, like a cast
What?
iron.
Okay. Yeah. Because it falls
Just
apart.
aluminum is like pouring piss out of a boot. I mean, it's I can't do it. I never certified for aluminum because to hell with that. I'd rather eat a light bulb than weld aluminum. But cast iron is also
Dad's
awful.
visualizing it. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to. I'm like,
I'm still picturing her pouring piss out of a boot. I haven't got
Yeah.
past that yet.
Yeah.
you're gonna have to help
Something
me with that one.
tells me that happened at one of the street lights.
Yeah.
Maybe. There might have been underwear and a ceiling fan involved. I mean,
There you go.
a pissy
Yeah.
boot. You
I
never
hope
know.
so. All right. So
Well,
if
there
you
ain't
could
nothing to
weld,
do down there except get drunk and go to the church. I don't know.
all right. So I've heard that too. So aluminum by far because it's very, very soft, right? Pig iron. I've certainly heard of cast. I haven't. So pig iron makes sense. Well, if you could weld, and it doesn't even matter the material, but if you could be a part of a project where you're welding something, could be anything on earth, what would it be? And you could go,
Stainless.
I made that. Stainless?
Stainless
Like a
is
stainless what?
stainless
Like
anything.
yeah.
400 series, give me sheet metal. I'll do structural. I'll do MIG, globular transfer. I'll do stick. You want me to TIG it? I will. I don't care what you give me. If it's stainless, I'm all over it.
Because it's
But
beautiful when it's done, right?
it is beautiful. It's difficult, but once you get the hang of it, that becomes very valuable also. Not a
Yeah.
lot of people have experience in it. So when I was in the trades, it was like that one little certification could get you a job over 50 other people waiting in line because you could do um Monel, Inconel, stainless, the different series of stainlesses and the different processes. The more you had of that, the more you went to work because it was so specialized. We just don't do a lot of it at the steel mill because it's all just regular old dirty, shitty carbon, and
Yeah.
everything is
Yeah.
like covered in grease and crap. But when I
Nobody
get the
cares.
chance a couple times a year to weld stainless, it's like,
So what would if you could weld, would it be like a dump truck or a spaceship or a Navy ship? Or if you could go, if something drives by and you could go, I made that, what would it be? Flies
Say
by, drives
spaceship.
by.
Just say spaceship for Troy, please.
No,
That's
you
pretty
don't
much
need
it.
yeah,
to
but
say
God, that's a
spaceship.
lot
Say
of
Navy
pressure,
ship.
man.
Say Navy
Of
ship.
course, I would love to weld a spaceship. Maybe a
What
plane.
about a Navy
I
ship?
probably would have tried to go for Boeing if I had had the chance
Weld for
to be a
Boeing?
TIG welder for them.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, way better than the Navy, probably.
Hey,
That's a lot of aluminum welding, right?
I don't think I
Navy
would have
ships.
passed
Yeah,
the
they're
test
all
to get in
aluminum.
there. So
Yeah. Pissing in a boot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you made the transition from welding to millwork. So tell us what are you doing now? What's your job now?
I'm a welder that they force to turn wrenches. And I'm not, like I said, I got the upper body strength of a damn 4-year-old. So I'm not real good at that. But we do motor changes, pump changes. We diagnose and fix hydraulic systems. But I'm really I'm more of a welder as opposed to a millwright, because when I
Okay.
hired in, they said, well, you're going to be a laborer and then you can try to test into a craft. And I said, well, that kind of sucks, but I did it. And I passed all the testing for the welding, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not mechanically inclined at all.
You're not mechanically inclined
No,
I
after
think
all
sir.
this.
so.
Really?
No, sir. Not at all. Like, I think a rock has more inclination to be able to fix any kind of moving parts than I do.
I don't believe it.
100%.
You
But
and
Yeah,
Chad, you come
I
from the
don't buy
same.
it. I don't
Yeah.
buy it. Come
in
on.
order to weld,
Yeah.
you
A
kind of
rock.
have to do all the other stuff. So I'm slowly learning, and thank God I have such a good crew of dudes that I work with. Most of them are patient most of the time. They try to teach me things that I need to know and how to stay safe, and I learn something at that joint every day, and then the next day I almost die because I'm dumb and I did something dumb, and I'm just out here trying my best, waiting until I can weld. That's all.
When's the last time you went to the hospital?
Um, I cut about a 4-inch gash in the side of my face. You probably can't see it, but I had 20 something stitches in the side of my face and I wasn't even doing anything sketchy. I was walking by a scrap box, and some
I was walking
ding-a-ling
out of
had
a
put
bar.
no, probably was
Okay.
not drunk
All
at
right.
this
Okay.
time.
Probably weren't.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Probably. I
walking by
love
a
that.
scrap box,
Probably, maybe.
and there's like thick coil banding sticking out of it, and I was just like la 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 la, wandering around, and a band that was sticking out whacks me right in the face and cuts me to my bone all the way through.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I thought I just had a scratch. So I'm coming around the corner with my welding helmet and,
So you're crying already?
no, it felt like it just
Oh my
scratched me
gosh.
because it hit my safety glasses
There's
and dragged all the way, cut my
there's
ear
no
in half,
crying, Marissa.
Oh
We
my
cannot
goodness.
cry in the trades.
and
I would
really
so
high
have
pain
to cry.
tolerance again.
Yeah,
I
you
round the
must.
corner to where my blood phobic partner is standing, and he turns around and all the blood drains out of his face, and he goes, "Bleh." He does one of the, you know, I thought he was going to throw up on me, and I'm like, what's
What?
going on? Do I stink? Like, what's happening? He goes,
Do I stink?
and I thought he was going to pass out. And then I looked down and we had tan shirts, uniforms. I looked down and all the way down to my pants, I'm gushing blood. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe we should call
I see.
somebody, and I ended up with quite a few stitches in there.
Marissa, when was the last time you got 27 stitches?
Never. I just got stung by my first bee last year. I put a Band-Aid on a paper cut. Like, it burns. I'm like, oh,
That's
I definitely don't have your pain tolerance. I
I
was
got-
like crawling.
Sandra, we got to tell you though. So you said that you don't have a lot of mechanical ability. Marissa does, right? Because she just got her first tape measure a few weeks
And
ago.
it is a really cool
And
tape measure. I just
She
want you
has
to know.
measured so many things. She's so good at it. We're so proud of her.
We are.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have it handy, Marissa? Can we show it?
Yeah,
Let's see it.
actually.
Anyway, she was putting up new
So,
blinds.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like a digital read as a laser. I flash it at a thing. It's a level. It's everything.
If
Mhm.
I had
Does
one of those,
everything.
it would get stolen yesterday.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's illuminating.
that even drives her car for her, Sonia. It's that
Yeah.
good.
Oh, sold. I'm sold.
And
Because the
It'll do
long skinny
everything.
pedal on the right makes it go, and if that thing will do it for me, I
Yeah.
need one.
I'm like, this is amazing. It's so nice. It's actually super cool and it's easy to use. Like, I figured it out without reading the directions.
Man, that would be nice.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sweet. So do you, all right. So you're 41.
never
You have- how old's your son? 13, you said?
He's about to
Ish?
hit 17.
17. Okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
Yep, just got his license.
and what's he going to do? Does he want to get into the trades, or what's his next step?
I'm grateful. He's actually smart. He's got a pretty good brain in there, and he's not at all interested in welding. So He wants to go out of town for college, and I'm going to pay for it. And whatever he wants to do, he
There you
wants to
go.
do.
God bless America.
Very
There you go.
nice.
Mom
That's
worked
awesome.
hard. That
Yeah.
has to make you feel good, I assume,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I'm proud of him. He's a great kid. I think he's really smart if he applies himself like he has been. He's not going to need to go into the ditches and, and weld and break his back. And he sees what I go through every day, and the pain I'm in, and when I have to go and see the doctor because my elbow won't work. Like, what is your elbow just doesn't work now? Okay. He kind of sees that, and he's like,
Yeah.
maybe I want to live past 60, so whatever he decides to do, I'm gonna throw in my support for him.
But just don't go too far away. That's what I tell my kids. Like
Yeah.
within like 4 or 5 miles. That's good.
Are they
5
going to college
miles?
now?
Well, a couple of them did, and then step back, and one is still in school, and he's all in on school. So they all took the 3 very different trajectories, and it's all good. That's what I tell people all the time. Your kids are not your redo life, right? So they get to live their own life. They get to do the right. As long as they're good people, they can do whatever they want, right? Just don't,
I agree.
right? So, all right. So you've been in this. So what, so things hurt, your arm falls off sometimes, you put it back on. And then, so here
Yeah.
in the near future, what do you want to do next? What's next? So when you sell this and pitch this, and you've gone from the, I wouldn't even say bottom of the totem pole. Cause if you're starting out making that kind of money, you worked hard cause your son's not going to make that much money out of the gate, right? Regardless. So, but now 25, 30 years later, what's next? Do you have some
Well, I mean, right now
aspirational where
she's
you
at the pinnacle.
years?
She's at the pinnacle right now because she's on this podcast. So she's at the
That's it.
pinnacle.
I
So
mean,
I don't
this
know where
is the
you go
number
from
one
here.
on my bucket list.
There you go. I
So
mean, I don't know where you go.
I could
Yeah.
pass away and just be as happy as hell,
Weld a little stainless steel, and then go ahead and just drift
There
away.
you go. Yeah.
That would just have a heart attack in the middle of a weld. That's how I want to go.
No, run a
If
Welding
I
a
bead,
make
a really
Welding a
run a
station.
beautiful bead on a piece of
I would
stainless
love to weld on a spot.
and that says, "I did the Blue Collar Recruiter podcast," and then put it on the wall, and then you're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then have your heart attack.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, so
Well-
what do you want to do next? So you must have some. I mean, you got a good company there. They take good care of you. And I got a note here on my desk that from Autumn, her husband said that you're the best welder that he's ever seen.
Yeah. That's
And
why
his
when you
wife.
said that
Yeah, how
earlier,
about
I'm like, I was just waiting. That's not what I heard. I heard you were so good. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
I
best,
appreciate
the
that.
best welder he's ever seen, and
Aw.
the best welder at the plant. What do you say to that?
Yeah.
He is really, really interested in it, and not a lot of people out there are willing to teach. And I do teach, but it's really bad and rough and awful, and I call him a lot of bad names, and um,
You got to
and I
sometimes.
think
Better
he
than
still
being judgmental, they don't
appreciates the
listen.
tutelage, and I just have more experience than a lot of the guys that are out there with real world welding. Some of them, the only welding they've done is in a shop. My welding was in pouring rain, or negative degree temperatures, or, with very little prep room. I welded against the floor, against walls, with mirrors where I can't see. They don't look good, but if I had to, I could do it. So I think he appreciates that when something comes up that might ground some other people into, I don't know what to do, I'm like, maybe we should try this because I've experienced it before, eons ago. And he's very young. He likes to learn. He's smart. He's naturally good at welding. So of course he wants to keep doing it, along with there's a couple other guys that are naturally good at doing it. So they do appreciate the help, and they do appreciate the fact that there's more to it than just standing in a shop, and
Yeah.
there's a lot more to it. So
Right.
Yeah, Marissa could do that.
How about underwater welding? Have you ever done underwater welding?
Ooh.
Maybe on accident. I mean, I have fallen in a puddle a couple of times, but
Is that what
no,
you mean, Chad?
I
Puddle?
know for a
No.
fact, and I'm not saying this about all women, but I know for a fact that my body would spontaneously combust if you told me to get scuba trained, right? So you got your thing and you got your thing and you got your meter and all this other fish and shit. Then you want me to weld, which I'm okay. I'm decent average, I'm all right at it. You want me to do that
No,
while the
Autumn's
fish,
husband said you're the best at it. So
he
Come on
is
now.
The best.
a liar. I mean,
No, I
compared to
think
a
you gotta.
couple guys we got, I might be okay.
all
But
right,
no,
so
underwater welding was never ever.
that's not the next thing.
No, I think if I do make it to retirement, which is iffy, because like I said, I do not smart things. And I have been inhaling a lot of bad stuff my entire life. My body's falling apart.
At work, right?
What's that?
Never mind. I just kidding.
Yeah.
Just clarifying. Just clarifying.
At work.
Inhaling stuff
Inhaling
at
at
work.
You said I've been inhaling
Yeah.
stuff
Oh,
my
at
whole
work.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not in
Not
your.
anything
Not so
else.
Oh,
Just
Jesus,
for
Troy,
fun.
calm down.
we just have to. We
I'm like
clarification.
I'm like a Barbie doll somebody shoved in the garbage disposal. That's me. It's just
Well, that's what I mean.
So
all right, so in the next thing, is it management? Do you want to own your own welding shop? Do you want to be a teacher? Do you want to just
Oh,
keep what you're
God.
doing, keep your nose down for the next 5 years, 10?
Yeah, if I make it to retirement, I'm going to go where there's no people.
Costco?
I don't want to travel.
No, that's not Costco.
I'm done traveling. I'm done paying an HOA. I want to live in a shitty little trailer, go to the Walmart once a month, and
Flashing light. You want to go back home?
Sounds like
kinda,
it sounds like it's
Yeah.
we
calling
don't
you.
have snow here, and y'all have there's no bugs here, which in
Yeah.
South
Wait, you like the
Carolina.
snow?
Where are you?
What's that?
You like the snow?
I don't mind it. I mean, in South Carolina, you get enough snow to build a dirty snowman this tall every 10 years. And they got palmetto bugs. You ever seen a palmetto bug? It's a
No.
roach that's this big.
Yeah,
And
they're
it
called
oh my
flies at your
gosh.
face.
they're roaches.
We have a lot.
That's terrible.
They know
Yeah.
that you're vulnerable in this area and they fucking go right for it with
Oh my
wings.
gosh. And
So
it
where do you live
flies?
now, Sondra?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Where do you live
So
now?
y'all don't have those. And I'm real appreciative of that. So I think I'm going to stay around here.
Where's that?
Where are you right now? Where do you live?
I live in Northwest Indiana.
Okay. So you're not far
Okay.
from
Honey.
Okay, nice.
In the
Well,
cheese
that's very
town.
nice. So Northwest Indiana is where the Chicago Bears are going to move to. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I
big
mean, is
deal.
that actually going to happen?
I don't know.
No.
It sounds like an idle
ain't.
threat, but
I just went to the Bears game with Autumn, one of the playoff games or right before the playoff. I don't know. Anyways, but everyone, whoever they played, the Lions, I think they were just yelling, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana is awesome.
But I think,
That's
I
cool.
don't
It's
know.
not-
I think there's just,
But would they change their name?
yeah, I
No.
don't know.
Are the taxes
weird.
lower in Indiana than in Illinois for the players? Yeah,
I would think
well,
so,
then,
yeah. And
they're
didn't the
so
state
lower.
promise them all kinds of goody goods to come over here?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Like, could you
That's what they
imagine,
say.
like, the Hammond Bears?
that has a ring to it.
Gary
Are you a
Bears.
town bear?
Gary Bears.
Are you a sports lady? Do you like
The
sports?
gummy bears.
Um,
Nice.
no,
Indiana
Nice.
not. My son played football. He recently broke both of his hands
Oh my
weightlifting.
God.
Devastating injury.
Did he cry?
His football's over, weightlifting's over, no military. Like, it was a horrible injury, but
Yeah.
when he played football, I was all over it. I was like, I know that guy's name is this, and I saw that guy make this thing, and but now I'm just like, I don't care.
Whatever. Who cares? Yeah. No, it's different when
It
your kids aren't
distracts the
playing.
boys at
That's for
work.
sure. So what I'm seeing here is that both you and your son's hands are tougher than Chad's. So I don't know. It's getting to be a pretty Show him your hands, Chad.
My hands are incredible.
You're not
Yeah,
being nice
South
to
Korea.
Chad.
I'm
This is
just
what they
kidding.
do.
We're
to
not
me
nice
all
to
the time.
anybody.
No,
Sondra,
if I
Chad,
Y'all
start
have
to
been
defend
very
used to
nice
myself,
it.
to me, and I appreciate
it
it.
just
Sandra,
weirds me if I start to defend myself too.
no. Sandra, Chad has he won't even hire somebody if they don't have hands like his. That's
True.
what I'm saying.
And if they eat
So-
pancakes,
And if they eat
Oh
pancakes.
yeah, they can't eat confetti pancakes. So if you like
Yeah.
that, that's a red flag for him.
yeah.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
the
other
new
kinds
guy
of
that started
pancakes
today.
besides confetti.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Exactly.
talking about. Yeah,
Exactly.
the new guy I started today. Tomorrow will be his pancake test. So we'll see how he does.
Wait, what's the test?
We take you over to the Cracker Barrel that they got over here, and you order your food, and we judge you on your manliness based on what you order. And if you order pancakes and chocolate milk, you are out.
You
What?
can't sit with them.
Yeah.
What did you order, Marissa?
I would have had the confetti pancakes, and that's why he kicked me out.
Yeah, that don't work.
Chad.
Oh, pretty
I
shallow.
know.
Chad.
I cried for a week
It's
straight.
not shallow, sir. I've had hundreds of technicians over my life, and there's a pattern there. I'm telling you.
So wait, what's the manliest thing on the menu?
Yeah, what is
Right?
it, Chad?
Beef jerky and a 6-pack, right, Jim?
There you go. There you go. Any questions?
Yep.
I got none. No, that's what I would have ordered.
So
Yeah.
Sondra, I got to tell you that I'm very proud of what you do. My dad was an iron worker. He was a welder, and it was a very good life for our family. And yeah, so I appreciate the hard work. I know when he came home at night, I remember nights where we had to help him take his boots off. He was so tired and so sore from working the iron. So yeah, appreciate what you do. That's pretty cool.
Well, and show her what happened to your hand from taking your dad's boots off all the time. Show her. See?
Oh no. He's just got a little crooked guy. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's got a
I
little
don't know what was
hitch.
in
You
those
can weld
Giddy
that
up.
back together.
I don't know what was in those
Yeah.
boots, but
Yeah.
anyway,
How'd that
put that
happen?
away. Put that away.
Long
Put
story.
that away.
Oh. I mean, is it like never mind. I don't want to know anymore. Jim,
No.
Jesus.
I'll summarize it for you. Don't use a bandsaw when you're drunk. Just saying.
You
Yep.
can't stop me.
First of all, it was a table saw, and I love
Yeah, I
your
can't.
answer. I
That's
love
right.
your answer.
Wait, now they have table saws that recognize
They do.
fingers, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Marissa
real?
tape measure
But-
can recognize
Well,
it.
they
too.
can recognize a
So
hot dog.
if
I
it-
don't know about a
A
fake.
hot dog, that was it.
my cousin has one, and the problem with it is and she got one and then tested the hot dog. Chad, she did what you said. She tested a hot dog. Well, it literally breaks the saw, and it cost about
Yeah.
$1,000 to get another blade
Yeah.
for it. So every time it
It's real-
happens, yeah, it's pretty cool. But-
Recurring revenue.
Brother, I'd
expensive.
rather just use a
right?
finger.
Yeah. Yep.
$1,000 for your finger.
Look at the
I don't
things
know.
we cover on this show. It's amazing.
Maybe we'll
Yeah.
just
Hot dog
Hot
saws.
dogs. We talk
Yeah.
a lot about food. Hey, Sondra, do you attend your high school reunion? I'm wondering.
No, sir. It's really far away, and I hated them anyway. So
I knew you
I
were going to
didn't-
say that.
I don't
knew
like
you were
people-
going to say that.
I didn't do real well in high school. It's like I said, I barely made it out of there, and I was already probably an alcoholic at that point. So I mean, I'm lucky I haven't been arrested and thrown in prison by now. But whatever.
but whatever.
And
not
it's
yet.
and it's really
you
far
and Troy,
away.
You and
The
Troy
day-
should
the day
swap stories about some of the things you've done.
Sandra, the day's not
Probably
over yet.
You're not
Put that
gonna
on the
have me
list.
back.
Stainless steel podcast. Go to jail. Boom. Done. Mic drop.
I mean, if you name it that, then that's all we're going to talk about. There's no surprises left.
That's
Wait,
true.
underwear.
Right.
Yeah, underwear.
Oh, we haven't got to the underwear yet.
So I found a pair of underwear in our break room bathroom a couple of days ago. and I call them manties, like man panties, you know?
Oh,
Mhm.
So
yeah.
I asked the group who left their manties in the
You weren't in
bathroom, you know?
Northwest Idaho, were you, Jim? Or Indiana, were you?
No,
Jim, do
All
you
right,
wear a
sorry.
swear to
size
God, I
extra large
wasn't.
Hanes?
It was close. He was in Chicago earlier.
Did you drop
He's
your
not
drawers off at my
I
break
don't think
room?
Jim's in Omaha. I don't think Jim's in Omaha.
I
Yep.
First of all,
Did anybody own
it's
up
not.
to it?
I don't
Yeah.
wear underwear, so it couldn't have been mine.
Oh,
It's free ball.
great
I
to
feel
know.
so close
Okay.
to you right now, Jim.
keep
Hey,
keep moving,
all
Sondra.
right.
We're veering off
Yeah.
into the
Did
ditch.
anyone clean them?
We don't want to hear this story. Sondra, who's on,
Yeah,
whose
who
underwear was
owns
it?
up to the underwear?
Yes.
was
One of the
And what,
Jordan.
guys
and
that
what does
were
he eat for breakfast?
shit sandwiches. No. No, I don't know. I don't know, but somebody finally fessed up to it. But then the entire room just ended up talking about how, when, why, and where they free ball. And it just devolved into this horrifying conversation about all of their testicles. And I regretted asking about it.
Yeah,
And
we don't
that's
want to. I know how I
that's
feel asking Jim where he's been, right? So I don't.
well, I had
Well,
another guy come and pick him up and move him because that's not my job, you know.
Right.
no, I don't think that's on your job description. I doubt it
No.
anyway. But
I quit.
the visualization, which I know Chad's doing, is at what point in time in the day would I be taking off my underwear and then bringing it into the break room and then leaving them behind? Right? I don't know.
So we have a
Right.
I don't
shower
really
in
know what
there.
we're- Yeah.
This
Oh,
is how the conversation went.
Oh,
We have a shower in the break room because it's, like I said, it's dirty, you know. And he was carrying his clothes. They fell out of the clothes, so he just didn't know where they went. Like, you know, a fart in the wind. They're gone.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm just gonna not wear any. And then 10 more people chiming in about their ball situation currently. So that's
Mhm.
like an everyday. We make it to ball situation almost every single day.
So the good
you
news
know.
is at least they weren't lace. That's what I would have said if I was there,
Yeah.
right? So
I mean, that would have made for a better story.
it would have been
That
more
would
fun.
have.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know
Way
what?
more
Now, if I
fun.
mention, I'm just gonna say there were thongs.
I'm just gonna let's go around the horn with one more question each, and I'll start. I've been dying to ask this for the last, since we started this, but have you ever been to Pierre, South Dakota? And if so, do you love it? And if you haven't, why not? Because the Corn Palace is there.
Yeah, it's like
You
that's a
go.
corn.
So now that this is checked off my bucket list, being on this podcast, I now have Corn Palace in its spot. I will be
Yes.
going
won't be
there
disappointed.
to
Wow.
check out Corn Palace.
It's open
amazing.
till 9:00. I don't know how far away that is to you.
That's a little far. I might have to schedule some time, but I'm going to
All right.
get there, Troy. I'm going to get there.
Definitely. All right.
So I have one. So you've done an incredible job with your life. I mean, in raising your son and all that. What's your next step? Where do you see yourself going next?
Besides the Corn
I
Palace.
appreciate that. Thankfully, I can. His dad is a great father. His dad loves his son more than anything in the world. He was lucky enough to have co-parents that love him very much. But and I can't take all the credit, you know. But hopefully, like I said, if I do make it to retirement, I just want to not do anything. I want to wake up not at 4:00 in the morning and not do anything. I don't ever want to plan, shop for, cook, and then clean up after dinner ever again in my life. Especially the plan. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want? I don't want to do that ever again in life.
Hmm.
So that's the main goal.
With a flashing red light in the curtain. That'd be right.
There
With
you
the
go.
what?
Yeah.
With a flashing red light coming through the window.
No, I'll never go back
From the
there, but
church.
I might be able to find a flashing red light around here. Make me feel at home.
There you go. Good for you.
All right. Marissa, what's your last question for Sondra?
The one I do want to say that I definitely am sure your son is so proud of you and admires everything that you've done and will look back when he's older and appreciate you so much more.
He probably doesn't
I think it's
appreciate
great.
her now, but he will someday. I
Well,
promise. Yeah.
I'm sure he does. Boys love their moms.
Yes.
Like always. I have two girls, they're sassy. But So my question would just be, I have to ask, we're going to ask everyone, what's your favorite tool?
Yeah, what
My favorite
tool?
what?
Your last
Your
tool.
favorite
What's
Tool.
the
tool.
one
Like
last?
mine, the
Oh,
tape
my
measure.
favorite
What's your
tool.
favorite tool?
You know, it's gonna sound stupid, but I carry 2 things on me all the time, and it's my keys and my flashlight. My flashlight is, it's a healing flashlight, so if you shine it at something long enough, it just fixes itself magically, you know?
Really?
No? You
Nice.
guys
Like
don't
a
have
red
one of
Very
light?
those?
cool.
Like
Oh,
a stop light?
No.
that sounds cool.
But that's the only thing I really carry. I don't know if that counts as a tool, but,
No,
It
yeah, it
does.
is. Because I don't have a
Absolutely.
flashlight either. So that's
Yep.
cool.
yeah, that's the best one, I
Yeah,
would say.
that's good.
But
I'd get
now
one
that I
with
saw
all
your tape measure, I'm getting one of
It
those.
is really
yeah.
cool.
I'd get a big flashlight with those with with all the big D batteries in it, so you can use it to
The
beat
mag
people
light.
with. To,
Yeah,
Well,
the
see,
old
they won't
mag
let me
lights.
have those anymore because, you know, that's a weapon when I have it.
yeah.
Because you have issues? What? They won't let
And
you
a
have
weapon.
one. Why?
We all have issues.
Oh, we do.
True.
You're right. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
That's true. Yep. They don't let me touch flashlights either. I'm with you. All right, Chad.
All right. So I am super proud of anybody that's been in the trades and done it well. I have to add that because some people just don't do it well. And it certainly sounds like you have exceeded what I would consider my expectations. And I think it just makes it make me even more proud that you did it as a female. Because I've been trying to get females into the trades for a long time, have girls come through here and do air conditioning and plumbing and things like that. So with that being said, I want to know, my question is, have you ever been in a fight?
Oh, wow, that's a good segue.
Man, going
Does
right for the
Fight Club
gutter. Huh?
count?
I thought it was
Not with a flashlight, mate. Well, yeah, no
Well, she
weapons.
reminds me of a girl that fought me a long time ago.
Really?
So it's
Wait,
been on
did
my
you
mind
win?
the whole time.
Chad, did you
Huh?
win? That's the question.
I
Did
didn't
you win?
fight back. I just stand there and
Yeah.
got my
Oh,
butt
okay.
kicked.
All right.
But so the whole time that she's talking, I'm like, that looks like that girl. And
Maybe it is.
so I've been wanting to ask the whole time. So go
Maybe
ahead.
she is.
Well, no, I never got in a fight, but I did push a guy down 3 stairs and he fell pretty hard and then I ran. That's about as close to a fight
Did he?
that I ever
Did he
got.
have?
And it wasn't
Did he
on
have
camera,
a
so you
shaved
can't prove
head
it.
and soft hands?
That's why she
All right,
I
pushed
do
let's
him
stay
down
on
the
fight.
you
stairs.
guys. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, stay out of fights, especially if your elbow just randomly gives up on you. So you
Like
don't
I
want
said, I'm
that.
the Barbie doll in the garbage disposal. Things just quit working all the time.
Nice.
All right. So what's your last words of wisdom to all the girls out there listening to our podcast? And I'm sure there's hundreds, if not thousands, of them listening as we speak.
And if there aren't, there will be after this.
There
Yes.
should be.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose and you have everything to gain by having a skill. Whether it's carpentry, electrical, welding, all these things are going to be needed until the end of time. And if you get a certificate in HVAC or welding, whatever, and then you decide it's not for you, you have the ultimate backup plan. So if your college doesn't work out, well, shit, I'll just go work air conditioners and make a crap ton of money again. Not a big deal. So you don't have to do it your whole life. It's hard work and you learn a lot and it humbles you and it's absolutely worth it.
There you go. Love it. Well
You're
said.
here. Amen.
Well, I
Very
can't
cool.
thank you enough for jumping on with us and being a part of our show. And it was, we had, none of us knew you. So it was such a easy conversation to have with you. A lot of fun. And I can tell that we're going to have to go to Northwest Idaho, or I keep saying Idaho, Northwest
Idaho.
Indiana to when
You're
the
thinking
Bears get
about
there and
corn.
I'll drink together. What do you think?
Yeah.
I would
That'd be
love that. You guys
awesome.
seem so awesome.
We are awesome. That's why.
We're more awesome in
Pretty good
person.
You know what, Jim? I believe you. You gonna wear some lace manties?
I'm wearing them
Yes.
now.
Definitely wear
Hell
them.
yeah. I like
Yeah.
Jim a lot.
There you go. All right,
Well,
Sandra,
thank
nice
you
to
guys
meet
for
you.
having me. I really appreciate it. It was great getting to know
Sondra,
you.
it was a pleasure. It was our pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
being here.
So much.
All right, hopefully
Thank you,
talk to
thank
y'all
you.
later.
All right.
See ya.